UT die. And the moment you see the word take home, pay of 100. Niku mashi mashi abura karame right now. Oh, right. I forgot Dokagi Kazetsubu activities. I was slurping down a cup of ramen, dripping. Dead sub. Laughing my ass off. Whatever. I'm gonna ramble on again today. Your boy Op is hitting that post-nut clarity, just scrolling through his phone in bed again today. You degenerates are probably hiding in the toilet or trying to escape reality at work with one earbud in, right? You've totally mastered these bottom-tier life hacks. Let me get straight to the point today. Op here is gonna talk about how I've got this disease, where I only gather info that fits my own narrative. When you guys look shit up online and go, aha, just like I thought, ain't you satisfied? Your brain is getting completely hacked right there. I'm gonna make you realize your brain-dead specks that unconsciously distort the truth. Before you jump on the extreme logic or wild takes out there and start flaming people together, have the chill to stop and think for a sec. Before we get to the main dish for you lads who say, too long, didn't read. I'll lay out the flow in 3 lines. I'm breaking it into chapters nice and simple. So take notes, this will be on the test. First, Chapter 1. The tragedy of thinking you're the only objective one. Next, Chapter 2. The convenient brain and weeding out the clueless. And finally, Chapter 3. The fake-as-hell checker and the importance of hater opinions. We're doing this 3-parter. Separate your feelings from facts and listen till the end. Let's dive right into Chapter 1. The tragedy of thinking you're the only objective one. Yesterday too at 2 a.m. as part of my Dokagi Kazetsubu activities, I was slurping down a cup of ramen, dripping with back fat, scrolling through my phone in bed looking at the trending topic. And then I saw some shady drama streamer I never liked had fucked up big time and was getting roasted on the news. Hell yeah, see? Just like I said. I knew he was gonna pull a classic he goofed up from the start. Tastes so good. I was just grinning to myself, going full Schadenfreude, an absolute grand slam of a meal tasting good. But then, I suddenly came back to my senses and cooled down. Wait a minute, haven't I just been specifically clicking on opinions from accounts bashing that guy? When I looked closely, there were opinions calmly defending the facts and articles stating objective truths. But they didn't even register in my eyes. Nanny! What the fuck is what I went? I was completely disgusted with myself. Yikes, so my brain is just letting only the convenient shit through. Was I under the delusion that I was an absolute unit who could analyze things calmly and objectively when I was really just a degenerate looking for an echo chamber to validate me? I know you guys can relate. You're probably gonna say, no, I do my research properly. Press X to doubt. That's just your headcanon, isn't it? For example, when you start a new diet method, you believe this will definitely make me lose weight, and you find someone online who lost 5 kilos in a month. This is it. This is the right answer. You just desperately hunt for success stories from people claiming it worked. Even if you find failure stories of people saying they didn't lose weight at all or ruin their health, you just make up your own convenient rules and cut them off. Going, this goober probably did it wrong. That's an exception. Blood type personality tests are the same shit. You think, that person is blood type A, so they must be meticulous. And just because you saw them keep their desk a bit clean, it sticks strongly in your memory like, see, typical type A. Conversely, even if you see them being sloppy, you just brush it off thinking, they must be tired today. We Nan J-men are always doing educational background rankings and salary flaming, right? Drawing lines between F-rank, Ekeben, and QT die. And the moment you see the word take home, pay of 150k yen, you instantly decide, oh, it's open season on this brain-dead guy. But that's exactly the same thing. You just want to find someone you can flex on and feel relieved that there's someone below you. Only opening threads that fits your narrative, going on peace fake as hell, while enjoying that sweet schadenfreude. But those elite high-income threads that force you to face reality, you close them softly and pretend you never saw them. It's a complete tragedy of thinking you're the only objective one. The correlation is strong as hell. You guys just felt that, didn't you? laughing my ass off. He's seething. Stay mad. I got sidetracked, but let's bring it back. Next, Chapter 2. The convenient brain and weeding out the clueless. We're gonna dig into why this happens. Apparently, in psychology jargon, this is called confirmation bias. Sounds smart, doesn't it? Clueless people who don't know this are just gonna get milked. Ugh. To put it simply, to explain it at a level even we or a middle schooler can understand. It's a cognitive bias where you prioritize searching, remembering, and valuing info that backs up your own hypotheses and beliefs. What happens when this triggers? Information that serves as counter-evidence completely disappears from your sight. As a result, you totally misread the objective facts and the big picture, and you stubbornly refuse to change the conclusion you drew once. Why does such a brain-dead thing happen? The trick is simple. In short, it's the brain's energy-saving mode. Humans hate it when the worldview or premises they believe in crumble. You want to avoid cognitive dissonance? Accepting new info and rebuilding your common sense from scratch takes a ton of energy, right? It's easier for the brain to use that energy to reinforce your existing beliefs. So, unconsciously, you shut out info that opposes your opinions as just noise? This is what they call weeding out the clueless. I was acting smart, but doing the dumbest shit ever. It's the same at work, during the planning phase of some new project. If the guy in charge is convinced my idea will definitely work, even if they get survey data pointing out risk factors or examples of competitors failing, they unconsciously treat it as low importance, going, that's no big deal, we can break through it. And then later on, it bursts into flames and they pull a grand slam of a fuck-up. 2 outs, huh? Ain't no time to be saying that shit. It's the same with everyday shopping. When you're looking up your favorite brand's phone or game console, you eagerly read only positive reviews on review sites and social media. And when you see someone writing critiques, you just dismiss them going, oh look, just a hater being an edgy contrarian. You guys do this too, right? Yep, that statement right there confirms you're brain dead. There are exceptions, but look at the big picture. Imagine this. Right in the middle of our heads, there's a thick net called the belief filter. And from the outside, every second, a massive amount of diverse data and info comes pouring in like a muddy stream. But the only things that can pass through that mesh are the few convenient, positive pieces of info that say, your idea is right. The rest, the massive amount of negative info saying, no, that's wrong, or the data shows something completely different, gets slapped away by that mesh smack and sent straight to the trash can. And only the info that beautifully slipped through pools at the bottom, creating a reinforced belief of, I knew I was a genius. This is literally a state where you're lying to yourself. Zero reproducibility. Pack it up, boys. It's a dangerously delusional level of bias. Now, here's the real meat. Chapter 3, the fake as hell checker, and the importance of hater opinions. I'm gonna talk about this. So what should we do then, you ask? The solution is simple. You intentionally go look for hater opinions. When you search online, purposely use terms like word blank, blank failure, or blank is dead game. Before you draw a conclusion, make it a rule to gather at least 3 pieces of info that contradict your hypothesis. Take notes. This is a pro tip. You've got the tenacity of our Takadahan's analysis skills, enough to pinpoint an address from the reflection in someone's eye in a photo, right? Direct that tenacity toward doubting your own opinions. For example, before you huff that copium going this gotcha game is absolute supreme tier. It's a god game. Intentionally look for 3 negative factors, like data showing the Suran dropping steadily, or verification videos complaining that the gotcha drop rates are rigged. Then, analyze them objectively, leaving your emotions out of it. Put yourself in their shoes for a sec. Why are these guys bashing it so hard? Then, if you can logically conclude, nah, this is just a temporary dead phase, and the devs are quick to respond, so it'll bounce back. That's when you finally decide, all right, let's wail on this. This way, you can prevent the worst-case scenario of it's fine now, but I'll be dead later. But, you know, it's also necessary to keep a diary or notes. Regularly review past cases where you were wrong, and stay humble. For me, every day is an update to my cringe history. The moment I realized the guy I was bashing into the ground until yesterday, saying this guy's getting a waiver wire treatment, was actually an absolute unquestionable saint. The self-flip-flop is real. You truly are a Chad. I believed in you from the start. My wrist is drilling so hard from flip-flopping, I'm gonna wreck my shoulder for real. I'm busy enough just doing this by myself. You guys are probably listening up to this point thinking, that makes sense. You guys still got a long way to go. Humans only see what they want to see, so you're definitely gonna conveniently forget what you heard today by tomorrow. For now, subscribe to the channel and witness the moment of my spectacular flip-flop next time. You don't have to subscribe, but if you don't want to get milked for the rest of your life falling for internet cap with a source, just trust me, bro, you better watch. Do me a solid and be a little more skeptical starting tomorrow. Doubt your own brain. Now that's what I call education. Laughing my ass off. Alright, dismiss. I think I talked too much. In the end, nobody knows what the right answer is until they die. Thinking in 0 or 100 is just brain dead. No matter how much you worry, you're just gonna get hungry. As a bottom tier life hack, I'm gonna go binge eat some ramen jiro with Niku Mashi Mashi Abura Karame right now. Oh right, I forgot something important. A preview for tomorrow. Next time, I'm gonna explain about personas. Alright, dismissed. Dead on arrival. You guys have work tomorrow too. Go to sleep already.